When my girlfriend told me she wanted an open relationship, but only on her side, I didn't argue. I just said okay, packed her things, and changed the locks. A month later, she was trending online for all the wrong reasons. My name's Evan. I'm 29, and last year I learned that sometimes the quietest revenge is just closing a door. When my girlfriend of 3 years told me she wanted an open relationship only on her side, I didn't yell, cry, or beg. I just said, okay. Then I packed her things, changed the locks, and watched her meltdown play out on the internet for thousands of strangers. But before the lawsuits, before the live streams, there was one simple dinner in a cheap pasta place where she looked me in the eye and said she wanted freedom. That's where this whole mess started. I still remember the exact rattle of silverware the night everything cracked. Cheap pasta place, Thursday evening, the kind of spot where the lights are too bright and the sauce tastes like canned tomatoes. Camilla sat across from me in a new dress, makeup heavier than usual, spinning spaghetti around her fork like she was bored. Then she said it, so calm it almost sounded rehearsed. My therapist says I should explore my independence more, so I've decided to open our relationship. Only on my side. For 3 full seconds I thought I'd misheard. Marcus coughed water through his nose. Leon froze mid-bite. Me? I just stared at her, fork hanging in the air, feeling every sound in the restaurant blur into static. Only on your side? I asked. Yeah, she said, smiling, voice light as air. You don't need to. I just need freedom before I settle down. That word, freedom, echoed in my head all the way home. She walked half a step ahead of me, tapping on her phone, streetlights catching in her hair. Half a block from the apartment, she said, I might be out late. Yoga thing with friends. You know Mateo from class? We might grab drinks after. I didn't answer. The smell of her perfume trailed behind her as we climbed the stairs. Inside, she changed into something shorter, sprayed more perfume, kissed my cheek like everything was normal. Don't wait up, okay? The door clicked shut. I sat in the quiet, hearing the hum of the fridge and my heartbeat in my ears. My phone buzzed. Marcus. You good, man? Me. She's out with yoga guy. Marcus. You're serious? Me. Yeah. Just keep the texts. The apartment looked smaller that night. Her shoes by the door, half-finished coffee on the counter, her jacket on the couch she never paid for. It hit me then. Everything was in my name. Rent, Wi-Fi, car insurance, phone, streaming apps. Even her grocery deliveries. She came home at 2 a.m., heels in her hand, humming a tune I didn't recognize. The scent of a man's cologne clung to her. I pretended to sleep. The next morning, she floated around the kitchen, glowing. Mateo made me try this breathing exercise, she said. He just gets me. Good for him, I muttered, pouring coffee. She grinned. Are you jealous? No. She liked that answer too much. By Saturday, she asked for money for her nails. $150, she said. Before tonight. What's tonight? Dinner with Mateo. I stared at her. Why would I pay for that? You always pay for my nails. That was when we were together. Her face twisted. You're being petty. I smiled without humor. Just practical. She slammed the door on her way out. The silence that followed was heavier than the argument itself. I made a list that night. Every account, every bill, every charge with her name on it. One by one, I started cutting the cords. Netflix, remove profile. Hulu, new password. Spotify, goodbye playlist. Insurance, remove her vehicle. Phone, schedule line split. Each click felt like reclaiming oxygen. Next morning, she shouted from the couch, Why can't I log into Netflix? Because I changed it. Why? Because I pay for it. Her jaw dropped. We share everything. No, I said. I pay for everything. You use it. She grabbed her purse. I'm staying at Mateo's. Okay. The door slammed again, echoing through the hallway like punctuation. That night, I packed her things carefully. 3 labeled boxes. Photos for proof, note taped on top, temporary stay ending. I didn't feel angry, just empty. When she came home and saw the boxes, she blinked like I'd spoken another language. I didn't think temporary meant you'd actually make me leave. You opened the relationship, I said softly. Seems like you're already halfway gone. Her eyes glistened for half a second, then hardened. She left again, perfume fading behind her. 2 weeks passed. She practically lived at Mateo's. I changed the locks, taped a polite note. You voluntarily moved out. You have 30 days to collect your belongings. Next morning, the buzzer rang. You can't do that, she shouted from the street. Landlord says I can. You're kicking me out. You left, I said, closing the window. That afternoon, her friend Sophia texted, she's crying at Mateo's. When I saw that video hit 100,000 views, I didn't feel vindicated. I felt tired. Tired of defending myself. Tired of cleaning up the mess someone else made and called healing. Camilla kept posting like the world was a stage she couldn't step off. More captions about toxic men. More selfies with that practiced wounded look. Her followers loved the drama. They didn't know the rent, the bills, the quiet. Then came the knock on my door. A courier in a polo shirt handed me a manila envelope and walked away without a word. Inside, Camilla V. Evan. She was suing me for illegal eviction and emotional distress, $10,000 and 3 months of living expenses. I laughed, but it wasn't the funny kind of laugh. It was the kind that feels like swallowing glass. Then I called Victor. He was calm as ever. She's not on the lease, right? No. She ever paid rent? Not once, he exhaled. Then we'll end this fast. Bring me every receipt you have. We'll counter for unpaid utilities. For the next 2 nights, I didn't sleep. Not because I was scared, because I couldn't stop remembering how we started. Late night drives, grocery runs. Her head on my shoulder during Netflix marathons. I'd really loved her once. Now I was collecting proof she existed in my life only as an expense. The hearing day came cold and gray. I wore my cleanest blue shirt, the one my mother sent me last Christmas, and drove downtown with Victor. He looked almost cheerful. Judges like receipts, he said. Camilla arrived like she was stepping onto a red carpet, red heels, tight dress, hair curled within an inch of its life. Her mother. Vivian followed behind, jaw set like she was walking into battle. The judge called us in. Small courtroom. Fluorescent lights. Camilla sat straight, voice soft and trembling. He threw me out after 3 years. I had nowhere to go. I've been couch surfing since. The judge nodded, taking notes. Then Victor stood. Your Honor, the plaintiff voluntarily moved out to live with another man. We have texts, witness statements, security footage, and posts confirming it. She never paid rent or utilities. Camilla's face went pale. Judge Harper flipped through the folder we handed her. Every screenshot. Every receipt. Miss Camilla, she said finally, this text says, thanks for letting me crash here until I find my own place. Can you explain? Camilla's lip trembled. I was just visiting friends when he changed the locks. Victor stepped forward, handing over another page, and here's her post from that same week at her new boyfriend's pool. Time-stamped. The judge adjusted her glasses. You tried to open the defendant's door with a credit card? Camilla stammered. I was checking my belongings. And the police report says you'd already been living elsewhere. From the back, someone coughed to hide a laugh. Ricardo, behind him. Samir and Jonathan sat with arms crossed like a silent jury of ghosts from her past. Vivian couldn't hold it in anymore. He cut off her phone and Netflix to punish her. The judge didn't even look up. Ma'am, those were his accounts. He is not obligated to fund her entertainment. Laughter rippled through the room. Camilla's eyes darted between faces, every smirk another mirror she couldn't bear to look in. Victor finished it cleanly. We counterclaim for unpaid utilities and insurance totaling $7,400. Every transaction is documented. Camilla slammed her hands on the table. This is sexist. He has financial privilege over me. The judge sighed. He paid rent on his own. That's not privilege, that's adulthood. An hour later, the gavel fell. The plaintiff was not a tenant. She left voluntarily. The defendant acted within his rights. Judgment for the defendant on the counterclaim, $7,400. Vivian shouted that the system was broken. The bailiff moved forward. I just sat there, staring at the papers, feeling something strange. Peace. Outside, Camilla's voice followed me down the steps. I loved you, Evan. We could have fixed this. I turned once. You wanted freedom. Now you have it. Her face twisted, and she disappeared into traffic. For weeks after, the apartment felt like a hotel room after checkout. Empty. No perfume, no hair ties, no noise. I'd wake up early just to sit in the quiet and remember what normal felt like. Then Luna came along, through a climbing group, Simple smile, steady eyes, own apartment, own car, own bills. When she heard about Camilla, she just said, "You handled it better than most." That was it. No analysis, no drama, just calm. 3 weeks later, Marcus's engagement party, downtown bar, warm light, friends laughing, glasses clinking. It felt good to be part of something that wasn't falling apart. Halfway through, the music stopped. The doors opened. Camilla walked in with her mother. You could almost feel the collective inhale. Her dress glittered under the lights. Too much perfume, too much confidence. She spotted me, smiled like she'd rehearsed it, and said loudly, "Wow, Evan, already downgraded, huh?" Luna squeezed my hand but stayed silent. Camilla laughed, eyes scanning her. "She doesn't talk much, does she? Guess you like quiet, boring ones now." Phones came up. Someone whispered, "Is that her?"